Hi, my name is Matthew Thompson. I live in Spanish Fork, Utah, and I operate a small art studio out here. I've always been involved in art to some degree in my life, ever since I was a little kid, making up stories or writing little novels or drawings or sculptures or paintings or anything. I've always been involved in it to a degree. I went to school for graphic design. I did digital art for a while. I did print art for a while. I eventually settled on getting into model scenery and wargaming art. Because I believe it is an art form as well as a form of entertainment for tabletop gaming, because it does take a certain level of skill to be able to do these things, and for me it's a really big passion of mine. And the reason I'm doing this GoFundMe campaign is because I've suffered some challenges in recent years from a financial standpoint. And while things are getting better, there's also still more challenges to come, and I've not really been able to keep up on the costs with my vision care as well as I would have liked to. I currently work a warehouse job on top of operating my business, which means I put in very long hours between the two. Right now my warehouse job pays for my personal bills. It pays for my rent, my food, my various insurances. For the other health-related things that I can take care of, and that's pretty much all it takes care of. It puts food on the table, it puts gas in my truck, and I'm able to get by. My business, on the other hand, most of the funds from that are just going right back in because I've only had it open since November, and there's been a lot of expenses I've had to take care of, and it's looking like it'll be like that for a while. Because we've got a lot of things that I would like to do with the business that are mandatory. I can't really pull any profit from it at the moment. With that being said, some of the concerns I've had is that I've started to, over the last 2 or 3 years, start suffering a lot of headaches as I've gotten more involved with the very small models that I put together and the scenery elements I put together. And this has taken a very great amount of effort to push through at times. It fatigues me quite a bit when I sit for very long periods of time working on the artwork that I'm really passionate and love to do. I went for a consultation for Lasik eye surgery this morning, mostly because I'd never really looked into it before. I'd always thought to myself, well, eye surgery is dangerous, or it's, too expensive, et cetera, so on. But I was actually able to get a deal on the full round of LASIK eye surgery, like the best that they could possibly do, that'll remove all the problems that I've been having, not just with me wearing glasses or me not being able to keep up with my prescription. Some problems that have been developing apparently on their own for some time now, and will continue to be a problem even if I keep my prescription updated. The deal that I managed to get with them is, unfortunately, it's only good for July of 2014, which is, it's the 3rd right now as I'm filming this. And it's almost it's almost half off. LASIK eye surgery costs about $5,000, and it's one of the most reputable surgeons in the state, which is really good because I really don't want to go to someone who hasn't been doing this very long. My eyes are pretty much my most important aspect next to my hands with my career, and I want to make sure that I'm able to do the things I want to do long term, because my worry is with I have astigmatism is the first thing, which they will correct, and then the second thing is I also have like some surface problems apparently. I'm not an expert on this. I'm mostly going on what I was told in the consultation, also with what I've experienced, and I could say if I were to get the surgery this month, I would be able to save about $2,300 on it. The problem is that I do not have the $2,750 at all to cover it. I've also looked into financing options with their various creditors, and while I could finance it, the problem with that is I would not have any money left over at the end of the month if I were to pay for it monthly and stay on time with the payments to buy food, gas. I would basically not have any money left over at all to survive on, and I'm unable to do that at present. My business is expanding as it is right now. It will not be able to support me for some time until I have gotten everything in place with the expansion that I'm going to have to be pursuing in the near future. The other thing is that my business is also picking up a lot. Before I was doing it kind of as a part-time thing while working at my warehouse job, and it's now gotten to the point actually where I'm more than likely going to have to jet off and do just my business, which, while is awesome to be able to do on its own, is also going to be very unstable financially for the foreseeable future. I'm going to basically be living the starving artist lifestyle, living, breathing, and eating everything I'm doing. Not literally, of course, because you eat some of the stuff that I build, and that would be unhealthy, and that's not the point of this video. So at the end of the day, this video really is just to kind of reach out to the community, reach out to my friends, my family, the internet, the people at large who are having similar problems to this. My problem is not as big as some people's. I have food on the table. I have shelter. I have a job. I'm pursuing a career that I love. It's just that for me it's hard to deal with because I've had my prescription change so much over the years, because even though I haven't been able to afford glasses, I've been able to go to places to get my eyes checked, especially like around the holidays when they offer free eye exams. And I've noticed that my prescription changes every year to a point where my glasses like these, I've had these for almost 5 years, and I've not been able to afford to get new prescriptions because the frames, to get frames that last, these are the only glasses I've ever had that have lasted, and they were extremely expensive. These were something like $400 or $500 frames, and every other set of frames that I'd had my entire life, because I've had glasses since I was a little kid, has broken, probably usually within a year or so. To have to update my prescription on a yearly or bi-yearly basis, and to have that money to spend on good frames to make sure that they don't break, it's really stressful. I'm also going to admit I'm not really comfortable with glasses anymore. I've lived with them my whole life, and I've always thought that I'm not as attractive with them. I'm self-conscious of them a lot. I ignore them to a certain point. There's a certain point of comfort that I've grown to accept with them, but at the end of the day, I feel as if I am more comfortable as myself like this, on top of the headaches, on top of the prescription, on top of the costs. Everything just kind of points towards this being the best decision that I could make for my eye care, and it would just mean a lot to me if I was able to get that, and to be able to wake up in the morning and not have to reach around on the dresser. Because right now with these, I'm looking at my camera and I'm seeing a blur. I can't see myself in the view screen of the camera, which is less than 3 feet from my face, and that's upsetting sometimes. It is. The fact that if I were to lose my glasses right now, I wouldn't have the money to replace them. Or in the future, even if I do get really good frames that are going to last me a long time, if they get broken, I've gotten really lucky with these. I've had several near misses where they have almost gotten broken, and even though they haven't gotten broken, I mean, they're kind of beat up and they're kind of nasty, and just generally they need to be replaced at some point, at the least. But the prices to be able to get the stuff done, or it's a little much. So to me, this is just something that would last in the long term, and would especially take a little bit of stress off of my life, to be able to see the things that I'm making, to be able to see when I get up in the morning, to not have to worry about stumbling around, not seeing something that's a couple feet in front of me because of the fact that I put my glasses down and I can't find them. That has happened to me a few times. I busted my foot pretty badly once because of that. And that took something like 4 or 5 months to heal, because I kept busting it over with my eyesight. My peripheral is not great right now, and this surgery will fix all that. So thank you for watching this video. If you can't donate, if you can't help with this, at least just share it. Maybe someone else can throw me, a couple of dollars. Anything will help. Anything to offset the costs of this, so that I can try and actually get my eyesight fixed. Thank you so much.